Knicks fans look set for more pain as they continue to support this dysfunctional franchise. After one successful season in the 2021 season, the Knicks have had two poor off-seasons in which they continue to worsen their team and create bad fits for Tibbs to work with. The New York Knicks off-season was highlighted by the big contract offer and signing of Jalen Brunson. Brunson is a solid point guard. However, as we'll get into later, this is seen by many, and myself, as a massive overpay. The Knicks also added Isaiah Hartenstein to the roster, whilst losing Alec Burks, Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, and Kemba Walker this offseason. Their current roster is one of the weirdest in the NBA, currently consisting of Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, Mitchell Robinson, Derrick Rose, RJ Barrett, Isaiah Hartenstein, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, and Emmanuel Quickley being the main names on the roster. Their starting five will likely consist of Jalen Brunson running the point, with RJ Barrett and Evan Fournier filling the 2 and the 3, whilst Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson fill the 4 and 5. This is not a nice fitting starting five. Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle are all better with the ball in hand, whilst Fournier was inconsistent last season. Jalen Brunson had a solid regular season, averaging 16 and 5, and had an inconsistent but overall solid playoffs, averaging 21 on 46% from the field and 34% from 3. However, many question this signing at $104 million over 4 years. Is he worth getting tampering fines and blowing up your whole cap space for? We'll have to wait and see. However, he is a very hard worker and is definitely not the biggest concern on this roster compared to Julius Randle. Many have questioned whether Julius Randle is capable of a bounce-back season. Julius Randle thrived in the 2021 season, playing a point forward role, in which he shot a career-high 41% from 3. For the rest of Julius's career, he has only shot over 31% from 3 once. I do not believe he'll be able to get back to this form, as I think the 3-point shooting for that one season was a fluke. He has also not been put in a position to succeed playing a point forward role, as the team is full of other ball handlers such as Jalen Brunson, Derrick Rose, and the person we'll touch on next, which is RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett is one of the most polarizing young prospects in the NBA. Some parts of the media will say that he's a future all-star, whilst others will tell you that he's useless. A point can be argued either way. After the all-star break last season, RJ averaged 24.5 points, 6 rebounds, on solid efficiency. However, RJ has not been put in a position to succeed by the Knicks front office this offseason. Playing next to two primary ball handlers in Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, RJ has not been put in the position where he can have the ball in his hands and show his scoring potential. I like him as a prospect, but he's fighting against the odds to show his best due to the poor roster construction the Knicks have put together. I would like to see him a part of a potential Donovan Mitchell trade, as I think if he has his own team, he can really break out as a borderline all-star level shooting guard. Evan Fournier is a fine scorer and shooter on the wing. However, his defensive limitations limits the Knicks' ability to be on that end as they were in the 21 season. And whilst he's taking up these minutes, Tom Thibodeau continues to stifle the potential of the young players on the roster. Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley, and Cam Reddish could all be really good role players in the league, or even really good starter level players, but have never been given the opportunity under Tibbs and likely won't see the opportunity as he continues to favour the veterans such as Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. Whilst Tibbs is the coach of this team, I don't see them having any success as he will not grow the young players on the roster, instead thriving on average veterans. I predict that a bad season is ahead for the Knicks, as they've experienced most seasons in the past 50 years. This roster is clunky and doesn't fit together, and Tibbs won't trust the young up-and-coming players and give them an opportunity to grow on this team. The big talking point about the Knicks is, could a Donovan Mitchell trade occur, and if not, what do they do? I do not believe a Donovan Mitchell trade will be met unless they are willing to include 6 to 7 first-round picks. If Donovan Mitchell is not traded to the Knicks, I still believe players like Fournier, Rose, and Randle are likely to be traded by the trade deadline or next offseason due to their clunky fit and the poor season the Knicks have ahead of them.